Hey guys, in this video I'm gonna show you guys how to change the timing belt on a 2004 Mitsubishi Montero, Pajero, or Shogun as it's known in other parts of the world. um, I tried looking for videos on YouTube on how to do this step by step, detailed instructions, and there are some good ones, but for the most part they're not all that great. So I'm gonna try to do my best. It's gonna be a multi-part video here. I do have my 4K camera that's charging right now, so I'll do some parts with that. Right now I'm starting with my phone because it's charging. Battery was dead. So let me turn the camera over. So here's the kit. It's a CRP automotive timing belt kit. Comes with obviously new belt, water pump, adjuster, tensioner, and all the necessary gaskets. While I'm in there, I'm also replacing the cam seal and both cam seals and the crankshaft seal. Even though they're not leaking, it's a good idea to change them, put some new ones in there. Since you're in there, since you're doing all the work, might as well have new seals in there. So there's my vehicle, and I set it up here in my garage. I put this canopy just because the sun hits right in front of my house pretty much all day. I do have a table here in my garage where I'm going to put all the parts that I remove, have everything in order. I do have the instructions, timing belt instructions. Here's the mechanical section of the repair manual, and in there is the instructions for the timing belt. So obviously first thing is disconnect the battery, the negative battery terminal, just so that when you have it apart, nobody goes in there and cranks the engine and then destroys the engine. So it's a good idea just to have that disconnected at all times while you're working on it. Removing all the front area here. I'm going to remove the radiator. Actually, I already drained it. You can see the coolant there. When I drained the coolant, it seemed a little dark, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I'll have to figure that out. But there was no issues with the vehicle, other than the rattle on startup. Sometimes on cold startup, sometimes you would get the rattle from the tensioner. I'm gonna try to demonstrate that when I have everything off, I'm gonna try to start it before removing the timing belt to see if I can pick up where that rattling is coming from. That way I can show you guys that information, because I know a lot of you guys get that rattle and it's hard to tell where it's coming from. Depending on what's going on, depending on what it sounds like, it might be from that tensioner. Also, while I'm in here, I am gonna remove the plenum, and I'm gonna remove the butterflies, because I've heard in several cases they fall off, the bolts, the screws fall off, and they end up in the piston and damage your engine. So I'm going to remove those. I also heard in some other forums that it has nothing to do with performance, so I'll double check. If it does affect performance, then I'll just put them back with some Loctite or whatever. But we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted on that. So let me get started here. I don't have a tripod for this for my phone, but I already removed these bolts here. So, and then this thing keeps falling off. I probably have to get new foam in here. Let's see here. And every time I take something off, I always like to put the bolts that came off of that area, just hand tighten them in there, just so you know exactly where that particular bolt is gonna go, if at all possible. If it's not possible, then just keep track of everything. Just be sure everything goes accordingly. Make sure everything is tightened to the appropriate specifications according to the repair manual. So we'll be removing this radiator, the shroud, all the hoses. Just make some room so that we can get in there and take everything else apart.